Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toys Base channel Malaysia. On the channel today, I'm taking a throwback look at this electronic talking Robocop 3.0 action figure that was released by JADA Toys back in 2014 to coincide with the release of the Robocop reboot movie that came out that same year. Now, the Robocop 2014 movie celebrated its 10th anniversary last year. This movie is pretty nostalgic to me because it was one of the hundreds of films that I worked distribution on during my time with Sony Pictures Malaysia. Now, this film was definitely slick and stylish. It had some pretty good acting in it, but it was definitely nowhere near the sheer awesomeness of the 1987 original movie. Now, at the time, commercial audiences who had never heard of Robocop were pretty much okay with it. They didn't mind the movie too much, but hardcore fans hated it. Okay, and with good reason, I think. However, the movie isn't exactly terrible, and it still has a lot of elements that fans of sci fi action thrillers would enjoy. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's still the story of a cybernetic crime fighting cop, right? And that's still cool, okay, in any multiverse. Now, Yada Toys released a bunch of figures to coincide with the movie, and this one here is probably the standout piece, the crown jewel of the entire line, this electronic talking Robocop figure. And they had him packed in here in an open window box packaging with two accessories, two handheld weapons. On the back of the box here, you get a full character biodata. Let's see what it says here. The year is 2028. That's only 3 years from now. And the city of Detroit is fighting a massive crime wave. Alex Murphy is a good cop trying to stop it. When he's critically injured, Omnicop uses their amazing robot technology to save his life and to transform Alex into Robocop. Part man, part robot, all cop. Omnicop thinks they own Alex and his amazing new robotic abilities, but they forgot one thing. There's still a man inside the machine. That's right. Okay, as far as character bios go, this one's very well written. In fact, it's a lot longer, I think, than what you find on a lot of toy packages these days. At the bottom here, there's a cross-sell for the rest of the products that Yada Toys released for the movie. We had something like two 4-inch scale action figures, two 6-inch figures, and then we had this Robocop with the police bike. And the thing that sucks about this is that the Robocop figure can't actually be removed from the bike. It's just permanently sculpted there. Now, what's amazing is that I had this thing in package since 2014. It's been in there all this time. I've not swapped out the batteries or anything like that. But what's amazing is that after all this time, after a decade,
Suspect identified. Proceeding to location.
the batteries still function. Okay, I wasn't expecting that at all. But check this out, guys. I'm going to unbox this thing for a full review here today. So guys, stick around, stay subscribed, and let's get into it. Out of the package, and Robocop 3.0 cuts an impressive presence at a height of 12 inches tall. When you look at the design of the helmet and the mechanical body from a certain angle, he almost looks like one of the Silverhawks. The top section of the helmet is made out of some nice and glossy plastic, and this really helps it stand out against what is mostly an all-black body frame. Now, I do wish they didn't use such a light paint on his exposed human parts, such as the mouth and the right hand. These would have benefited from a more defined look, especially the lips. Now, the body armor has a lot of detailing, except that they went with the black matte paint finishing, and you really need to stare at it to catch all of the details, like the OCP logo right here. The black color tones look cool, but it obscures all of the work that's put into the sculpt from top to bottom, and this is one of the main reasons why the original silver armor is still a favorite with fans. On the back, you get even more black. Alright. There is, however, some shiny and bright glossy plastic seen here in the middle that adds some contrast, and also on the lower back is where you see the battery compartment. Now, I suppose that I should open this thing up at some point because, it's been sealed up for the past 11 years. Now, the rest of him is just more matte black texture, and from behind, it's almost as if you're staring at the back of Snake Eyes. Now, where the articulation is concerned, this guy is basically a brick. Alright, he gets a ball joint of sorts at the neck, but don't get too excited as the movement is severely limited, probably also because it's connected to the electronic feature in the toy. His shoulders are on ball joints as well, These move up and down and from side to side with a decent range of movement. However, as there is no elbow or wrist articulation, there really isn't much that you can do with the arms besides just moving them up and down. He gets ball joints at the thighs, and these have a satisfying range. But again, it's mostly pointless, I feel, because there's no articulation at the knee or the ankles. And there's really no exciting poses that you can get him in other than just having him toppling over. Now, in terms of weaponry, he gets a large machine pistol with OCP markings, and this goes into his left hand. This one has something of a cartridge at the end of it, which rests over his left arm, so it really looks best on his left arm, okay, just there, right? And the next weapon he gets is a silver gun that looks like an expanded edition of the Auto 9 pistol that he had in the original 1987 movie. Now, this one is very nice looking, and once you get Robocop fully equipped with both guns, he looks pretty much ready to single-handedly take on all of the crime in old Detroit. Now, of course, the main selling point of this figure, besides its size, is the electronic talking feature, and I like how the button you need to press to activate the feature is carefully concealed on the armor right here. There's no weird protruding section or anything like that. The button looks like it's part of the armor. So let's see what Robocop has to say.
Alex Murphy.
Police officers always identify themselves. Notice how the visor not only lights up, but it flashes as well.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Robocop reading the Miranda rights. Although that's how you know he's American, because only American cops say it in English like that.
If I had a pulse, it'd be racing.
Was that a pickup line? I don't remember the part where Robocop was flirting with a woman. Maybe it was the bit where he met his wife. I really need to watch that movie again.
Targets neutralized.
It sounds like he took care of business.
Detroit police, drop your weapon.
That's right. Better listen to him, guys.
I've got the automatic. Cover me.
Wait, cover me? Since when does Robocop need backup?
Suspect identified. Proceeding to location.
The bad guys are really in for it now.
You're under arrest.
I was wondering if they used the actual actor's voice for these clips. Probably not.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Such a classic line, man. The original Robocop said it better though.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Nice. You forgot to say goodnight though. Guys, the sound clips are a good selection, but I am disappointed that they didn't include any sound effects of him blasting away with his guns. I guess you need to cover that on your own. Guys, that's the video. That's my look at the JADA Toys Talking Robocop 3.0. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. I think that it's especially notable that this was one of the first, if not the first ever action figure line from JADA Toys to ever hit commercial retail. And they've come a long way since then. But this Robocop line did give collectors an indication of what was to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys again real soon. Take care out there.